Welcome to Enchanted Moments podcast. I'm Monica.
I'm Spencer.
And we are really happy today. I'm going to give him a really hard time. Okay. What we are going to talk about is the difference between visioning and setting goals. Mm-hmm. And it's that time, we all need to do our next phase. Hi, Sweet Pea. She's on our bad list for pooping by the door. When you want to do visioning and put yourself into the future, you have to finish what you had now. And I am just as guilty and probably the worst ever because of being in corporate America for so many years, that it was all about goal setting. And you just finish that goal setting and then you go to the next one. And then you do the next one. And the problem with that is you don't really ever finish what you did or did not achieve. You have to honor the endings because it gives us closure, not necessarily completion, but it does give us closure. And we should celebrate all the things that we have accomplished, what we've learned, what has come to us as a challenge. Just to ignore all that is not a really great plan for going forward into the future, because you'll just carry all that energy with you, right? If you don't have an ending, if you don't honor it, if you don't have some kind of completion, closure, then it just travels with us right into the next phase. Your energy gets stuck in the past, and that does not help us go towards our next phase for sure. So there's a wonderful author, Rebecca Campbell, who has done an enormous number of oracle decks, and she did the Rose Oracle and the new Inner Temple Oracle. And I like the things that she has, and I've been doing my oracle reading every day, and part of it was to go with a different type of oracle reading, which was what has happened in the past, where I am right now, and where I want to be in the future. So I'm going through this process right now, and so we're going to share. And one of the things that she says is to create a soul-aligned vision, which is exactly what we want. We must begin by witnessing what's been, our growth, our challenges, and our becoming. And we don't do enough honoring of what we've accomplished, what we've learned, what we have challenges in. But once we acknowledge those things, then you can move forward. It's just ignoring all of the things we've been through this past year, for example. Mm-hmm. How do we go into the next year? Planning is fine, and we can do all kinds of plans, but we're going to drag all that old energy with us, so we don't want to do that. So visioning is not setting goals. It's trying to actualize into existence what our soul wants for the next year. So before we can do any of that, we have to honor what has been, and it creates a void. And it's like you cannot go at 100 miles an hour all the time. You can't. Mm-hmm. You'll burn out. I mean, that's a legitimate thing. Also, if you look in nature, flowers can't bloom all year. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. So if we want to take a nice lesson from nature, we start to sprout, we do our growth, we bloom, and then we release all the petals and we go back into a void, for a better word, right? Dormant. And then we come back again even more full. So if you don't have that process of having the bloom, honoring all that, and then planning what your next is going to be and envisioning what you want to be, it will just not work, because we just cannot keep doing this perpetual, intense plan this, do this, plan this, then we accomplish that, then we plan something next, and we just, and all we're doing is bouncing back and forth between plans. And that's great if you have a specific need to plan for. You have to plan, right?
Yeah.
But you have to have that vision before you plan, so that all your planning is supportive of that vision. That makes sense? I know, it's a different thing. Sometimes we have to close things that have happened to us physically. So if we've had problems with our physical body, we have to do emotional closure, psychological closure, spiritual closure. Look at all the things that you have learned in the past year, but also you have to honor those things that didn't go as you had thought they might. So what I want everybody to do at this particular juncture is to create and honor your past. And not even just this year. If there are things that we are hanging on to from years ago, decades ago, whatever it is, it's a good time to put those down. Write them is a good way to do it. And just write everything. Don't even edit. Just write down everything that you want to. You may not deal with it right now, but just write it down, because it needs to go on a piece of paper for right now. Once you've done that, then go back, wait, don't do it right away. I think you need space in between doing some of these exercises so that we don't just get
burnout.
And overwhelmed. It can be a difficult thing to do, so wait for a little bit, stinky, and then edit your list, but don't get rid of anything. By editing, I want you to take another piece of paper and I want you to put down those things that you want to release. And then make another piece of paper with those things that you are happy with. And then make another piece of paper with the things that you've learned from, okay? Because you need to honor those experiences just as much as we honor the things that we feel went well. You learn from everything, and the only thing we're supposed to be doing in this lifetime is honoring our experiences, not judging our experiences. So we may want to release some of those things. We may want to just honor some of those things, be grateful, express gratitude, look at the things we've learned from that, you just don't want to have a real strong opinion about. Get those on a different thing. And then once you've sorted everything into little piles, then you can go back and create your vision of what you want the year going forward to be. And that's a whole nother process. But we definitely need to make space and honor what has been. And I keep saying that, but that is really important, because create a little ritual would be great about the year. Feel free to express lots of gratitude because we made it, which is, in some ways, this is just a freaking miracle that we have made it through 2025. So honor that, express gratitude for that. Yes, we've had some really challenges and learnings this year that we may not hope repeat next year, but it's all good because you can't judge. We all chose our paths. We all have to walk that path, and those are special times, and each experience has to create for us a positive environment for our learning, and it also has to create a way for us to make decisions based on what we feel is right for us and not right for us. So try not to be as judgmental about your experiences going forward into 2026. Let's look at 2025 with an open mind. We learned a lot. Did we enjoy it all? No. We can't lie about it. We didn't enjoy it all. But we learned things. If we didn't learn things about other people's reactions, we learned about our own way of reacting to things and how we need to make modifications in our going forward. Mm-hmm. So end of the year, let's put together a honoring ritual, make lists of those things, and then we're going to talk about in another session how we're going to do that vision going forward. What are some of the ways we can create that vision for ourselves going into 2026? Okay.
That's great.
Anything else you want to end about?
I'm just thinking about all my lessons.
All your lessons? Don't stay with all the lessons. Let's talk about some of the wonderful experiences that we've had this year, and we have the wonderful people that we've included in our lives, and the wonderful things we got to do with some of those people. And I have to say, blessings to the girls at the bookstore, because that was a really fun joint event we had with them, and they are delightful and have just brought all kinds of joy and into our lives. So there's lots and lots of things, and you'll forget them if you don't go back and really put those things on paper and then honor those experiences.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining us, and we will see you again next time to talk about how to put that vision plan together.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a great holiday.